Hey everyone, and welcome to Cover Letter Writing Quick Tips. On behalf of the Center for Calling Career, we're happy to bring this to you today. If by the time you finish this video you are still looking for a more in-depth look at cover letter writing, please go ahead and check out our cover letter full webinar on our YouTube account. Quickly, what's its purpose? What's the purpose of a cover letter? It shows how your unique mix would add to the value of the organization. It also gives you an opportunity to name drop if you know anyone within the organization, highlight why you'd be qualified, give an example of your persuasive writing, and convey the interest and the eagerness that you have for the position. So what do employees look for on the cover letter? Well, they want to understand what your skills and abilities and interests are and how they make you a good fit for that specific position. You're going to demonstrate attention to detail as you write and edit your cover letter. You're going to show your work ethic and genuine interests with the words that you choose to use. You're going to describe and demonstrate what you know about the company and more specifically the job and all the details involved in the type of work that you'd be doing. And finally, who is going to be reading it? First and foremost, human resources professionals, but also keep in mind that upper level management might be taking a look at it. One big thing that's happening more and more consistently is that companies are using computer application tracking systems, which are pre-programmed to look for keywords found in the job description. So make sure if you are writing cover letter, use those keywords so the computers can pick up on it. Finally, hiring managers and team members as well. The team members specifically, they want to know, are you going to be good at what you do here so that you can carry the load and we don't have to carry it anymore? Also, they want to know, are we going to get along with you well and enjoy having you as part of the team? Your cover letter is an opportunity to start to show both of those things. Here's an example of a cover letter. This is Linda Stations, and she has 4 different parts to this cover letter: her address, her first, second, and third paragraph with final parting words. We're going to go through those today in our intro cover letter webinar. First, your address. You have your information, city, state, zip code, and date. Your name is not involved here. It should either be in the header or the footer of the cover letter. I put an arrow here because, as you saw in Linda's, you can take your address and move it over to the right side of the letter, or if you'd like in this example, keep it all aligned left. That's to your preference. Couple spaces, contact name of the person that's going to be receiving it. Larger company, you probably won't know the person's actual name, so you could skip that and just go ahead with the title. So human resources manager or hiring manager, whatever it may be. If you're unsure about what the title is, go ahead and just call in human resources and ask if they could be able to tell you that. Organization, street, address, a couple more spaces, and then dear Mr., Mrs., Doctor, and then their last name. Again, if you don't know the person specifically who's going to be receiving it, use something more generic like to whom it concerns, or dear hiring manager, dear human resources manager. Any of those would be all right. Another space, and we're going to jump into our first paragraph. The first paragraph is to, first of all, tell them which of the many positions are you looking for. Second, you're going to use the name of a mutual colleague or a person who recommended you to the position. Note that if this is a larger company, they might not know exactly who John Smith is. So include the person's reference the division of that person that they work in, maybe their department or even their job title. Quick example here is this person talked with John Doe. What they said is, in conversations about your organization with John Doe, who's he? Director of Marketing at Acme, I have been greatly impressed with the professionalism that characterizes your firm and its employees. It's a really great job of including the person, noting who the person is, and then what have you learned about the company from that person. And then just a short explanation of why you'd be a good fit. Think about things like being confident, being enthusiastic, pointing out your strengths, pointing out why your background would be helpful for this specific job. Second paragraph, you want to begin by complimenting the company. Find something that you research either on LinkedIn or the company's website, or maybe a more unbiased website such as Hoover's. In this example, they say, I was impressed by Acme's recent acquisition of Hambrick Group. they probably found that on LinkedIn because that's current data, a recent event that happened, and they're able to put that in to demonstrate that they're following the company and wanting to know what they're up to. Then connect you and the company. Again, not just why are you a very talented individual, but why does your specific characteristics, skills, and interests fit with the company? And in addition to that, how do you benefit the company? Things like work ethic, skills, credentials, or other things that make you a good fit. Make sure, look at the job description, find out what they're actually wanting, and find out of those things which ones you could probably fulfill. The third paragraph is where you reference your resume as well as any other references that you'd be including. You also want to explore some potential for your next meeting or for an interview, and affirm confidence and most of all, express gratitude. Quick example is of this, I'd be an honor to have you review the resumes enclosed. I'd be greatly appreciate the opportunity to meet with you. Look forward to exchanging ideas, and then, of course, thank you for your consideration. One little thing that you can do here is if it's an emailed cover letter, go ahead and print it out. In fact, print 5 or 6 of them and go ahead and sign in between this space between the sincerely and your printed name. Once you sign 5 or 6 of them, pick the one that looks the best and go ahead and scan it and email it back to yourself. That way you'll have a document that not only has your words but your actual signature on it. A quick, easy way to make your cover letter stand out and look all the more impressive. Few just final checks. Don't write a letter that sounds generic, like any employer could have received it. You should have specifics in there about that company, what they've been up to, and what you like about that company. Don't forget the job title. Very first sentence, tell them which job you want. Save it as a PDF so that nothing gets messed up or moved around when they go to open the attachment. Lastly, grammar, grammar, grammar. Here at the Center for Calling Career, we would love to help you look over grammar. The Alpha Center at the University of Northwestern would also be a wonderful resource for that. And follow up. This is perhaps the most important thing of all. 2 to 3 business days after you send in your application, follow up. Follow up in a way that you will actually do, and follow up in a way that you will do well. Maybe you're gifted in phone conversations, you can write a strong email or an even stronger letter. Find some way to follow up and re-express interest and show them just how passionate you are.